No permissions, birth looked up, taking flight falling. Knows dissidence, balanced in dark and light. Steadying the agreeable index plight. Crypto tuning up, yup, keeping it right. Yup, the meme that's on the rise. Agreeable intense, one on a Pulsechain's pride. Opening those minds with all the positivity, marching in its time. Cadence in the grind, agree to disagree. Yup. Meet up, hits it right. Freedom and prosperity, the destination and the flight. Lighting up Dad's farm, opposed to that nope rule. Firing up them charts, yeah, flying straight and true. Wink at the foes, cheer at the woes. Yep, stack stats gliding through the lows. The truth will set you free.
What is up, guys? I'm surprised one person's in here already. Anyways, what is up? How we doing? I figured I'd stream today. Hopefully a little TA, a little news, whatever. What I'm noticing, I'm trying to stay as far as I can away from crypto, but you know, I had some time. I thought I'd show up and you know, just hopefully give you guys some hope. Maybe a little short-term, I don't know, sideways bearish action. I don't know. Who knows what's going on? But it is virtually so hard for an average crypto user to even get on Pulsechain these days, or even to see their portfolio, let alone anything else. So, like, something big's got to be coming. Like, I can feel it. Like, why is it so hard to get on Pulsechain, or like view your portfolio, or to do things right? And look, the light is crooked today. All right. So let's get into this. I just want to go over a couple tweets, things like that. And we're going to some TA, man. I hope all you guys are having fun or whatnot. For the weekend, touching grass. Hopefully it's not raining where you are, but it's kind of weird. The first day of summer here, it rains. Other than that, let's put the big boy glasses on because we're big boys up on Pulsechain. And we got a Pulsechain hat on. We got a PulseX hat back here. It's a little flashy, but you know, let's go for this. Yeah, I messed up on the first one. The X account didn't connect, so I deleted it and I had to restart everything. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get this. Let's present screen and do this, man. I know everybody has to know about Richard Hart tweeting, and I think it makes a good point that everybody's wrecked and something else is coming pretty soon. But if you haven't seen this, yeah. But if I click Richard Hart, you can. But his phone is being messed up. I don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe it's my share screen. But yeah, you can see that. So yeah, you read this. I'll read a little bit of it. Pulsechain is awesome, works great. PulseX works great. Hex works great, which they all do. Wonderful technology. So how specifically does that affect the price? Well, Pulse and PulseX both have lower supplies now that when they launched because of burning, which pump tires burns Pulsechain. You know, PulseX has the buy and burn, which is great. Supply and demand is key. Reduction of supply is good for price, but what is the primary mechanism by which the price moves? Buyers and sellers, supply and demand. So the supply would be the sellers. The demand part would be the buyers, right? So apparently there's more suppliers than buyers in Pulsechain right now because, you know, we're getting close to the all-time lows again or near them, whatever. Yeah. Price up. That's because there's more buying than selling. Price down, it's because there's more selling than buying. And when people are selling or even having more sell pressure, why would you chuck $5 grand, $5 grand, even when the chart's going to be going down 30 grand, 30 grand, 30 grand? That $5 grand is going to be like gone. You know what I mean? Chart down 50%. You just chucked in 15 grand and the sell pressure was 30 grand. You know what I mean? Whatever. Price down 50%. Common knowledge. So why even put the $5 grand in until the sellers run out, right? And that's usually when a bottom occurs. So yeah, anybody in the chat? No. All right. Hopefully my stream is good and it's not all glitchy and stuff. Maybe I should bring it up on my phone. Just in case. Let's do this. My channel, because it's been really weird. I think I need a new Wi-Fi card, so I'm getting it. Yeah, I guess it's streaming all right on my phone. It looks like it's not even fuzzy, which is cool. All right. So, anyways, that's the Richard Hart tweet. Let's go to my profile. Yeah, somebody's live and a light in the shadows. You know, if you haven't, you can always join the stream right here. I'll paste the StreamYard link if you want to join. I might not stream very long, but it's right down here. I'll do that for you guys. If you want to stream, if you need some help, whatever. I reposted this. Chain Emmett Farms, Chain and Core protocols are working mint. Glad we built Emmett Farm here on Pulsechain. Keep storming their tweets, man. I'm bullish on that platform. If you do not know, Emmett Farms, yep, and Emmett have a farm on there now. And if we go to, I don't know if it's launched yet, but PulsechainStore.com. No, that's the wrong one. There's going to be some t-shirts coming out. That's all I'll say. Some t-shirts on the Pulsechain store will be coming out. Maybe I could search for it here. I don't know if they made the announcement or not. I know I'm following them, but anyways, open a new tab, bring it over here. X.com. Sorry, guys. I should have put this up better. Yeah. All right. Anyways, so yeah, I had another tweet on here I was going to show, but anyways, I got distracted. GoPulse.com not working. SolidX.win is not working. Wonder why the charts are down. Everybody's like just gate kept, but just the two sites right there make me kind of bullish. Like something big is going to happen. Like this could be a huge FUD event. I'm glad Jim Rat Crypto is probably clicking out and whatnot. But yeah. Other than that, I think we should just move right into the charts unless I could find this Pulsechain. Pulsechain tweet. Let's go to here and here. Yeah, PulsechainStore.com. So let's open up a new tab, PulsechainStore.com. Did I spell it wrong? Pulsechain. My bad. There we go. Here we go. Let's see if they launched it yet. I don't know, but if not, yeah, not yet. But there will be some t-shirts coming. I want to have them on the stream. Anyways, you can find your Emmet shirts on here. Also, emit shirt, not emit, but you get my point. You get my point. Look at that. Looks pretty sweet. Other than that, how's it going, Robert? Yep. Um, Probably people at work who feel they have the right to operate beyond any law. Might go deep, but it'll never go intangible. Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. If you have a project and you should be on this store. It's a Shopify platform. I mean, there's plenty of projects on here, mainly all Pulsechain stuff, but they give out free t-shirts from time to time. I think I picked me up one of these free shirts when they had the promo, and I had a free emit shirt coming my way. I should have soon, but yeah. Hopefully, I'll get them on the stream here pretty soon. But yeah, we don't want to look at that chart yet. It's too bearish. It's too bearish. Anyways, like before, I want to relate the MicroStrategy charts to the Bitcoin charts, the SPEC charts to the Ethereum charts, and possibly even MicroStrategy, because I've seen a divergence between those two charts too, which I'll get to in a minute. But Bitcoin, I think it could come down to maybe 100K. Well, it's already there basically today, but come down, hit the top of this wick right here, and if you notice right here, this could come down, touch right there, or something like that, touch this line right here, the midline of the line of the MicroStrategy, and then it could start going up. Just give me a second. God. Other than that, I think it's building this inverse head and shoulders still for Bitcoin. So that is my bullish case. Short term, I still think we got a couple weeks with Bitcoin, to be honest. Maybe the beginning of August. I don't know. Go through but it is building that inverse head and shoulders, and you at least want to have another month, to be honest, to get this. MicroStrategy would come down here in another month and tap that maybe. It'll focus on the midline of that parallel channel. You know what I mean? You have to be realistic with this kind of stuff. You can't just be like Moon Boy with it. But if we just TA the line on the MicroStrategy and just do the parallel channel, that midline's right there on the parallel channel. So you'd want it to bounce that in order to go up higher, or if not, a little above it. But that's just on the line chart on MicroStrategy. So I'm thinking that's what could happen, because MicroStrategy topped out 2 weeks before Bitcoin did, because we're on the weekly here. And look at that. So if you pay attention to that, MicroStrategy up here is doing that. So if it comes down a little bit more, we could come down to the 96, the 97 range. And I'm really thinking it's going to go there. I know it sounds all bearish, this and that, but if I were to put a little tiny, and plus we even have on this daily thing, I know I don't pay for TradingView, so just leave it be, you know what I mean? But this fair value gap right here, it's very thin if you zoomed in on Bitcoin, you know what I mean? These two wicks are not touching. So you still have a fair value gap down in there. So we could go down in that area for all we know. Short term, like if you're in it just to hold it, hold it. You know what I mean? And the M2's going up. You could even correlate this to the M2 too. So like that's about to shoot up. Along with, I mean, stocks are going to be right near it. So yeah. Other than that, that's my TA on Bitcoin. I'm probably moving forward, always going to have the MicroStrategy line going forward, vice versa, depending from candles or line or whatever. But yeah, I zoomed in and it adjusted my parallel channel on MicroStrategy when it should have put the parallel channel to the other one, but whatever. You get the point. I still think we're probably going to, for another month, maybe the beginning of July, like, who knows? But we still need to fill that zone right here. All right. That's Bitcoin. I've thought about creating a token to promote someone I know's travel business. She's focused on Japan-centric travel. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know how it would work, but to promote it, yeah, you could have some kind of dynamic to it or something. Like to put her travel business profits into it to promote her business or something like that. I could see that, yeah. Or like to, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. And then she could be like doing the travel business stuff and then going, yeah, if you want a piece of the pie of what I'm doing, you know, here's a token. You can give back to the customers of her travel business. You can give them out as rewards, kind of like the TFC guy. There's a couple ideas. You know, you'd have to work it out like that. But, you know, anyways, let's go to ETH. That's my area for Bitcoin. Let's see if it fills. ETH, this is the bullish. I wanted to show this real quick before we went to the SBET whatnot chart. I still think we got 2 more weeks before we break this long-term bull flag. You know what I mean? And if we're going to keep going up, we're going to keep going up. So I just wanted to point that out. This is the tangent bull flag. You know, I still think it is in play. We shall see. And if it breaks out of this, it'll just, I don't know, we'll see. But there's that. Now, with the SBET chart, I wanted to show you guys my TA from last week, right? Or the last time I did TA. I put this purple box right here before it broke down into it. You can go back to my previous streams. Now look, it is breaking down. I told you it was going to fill this gap, just like this last gap up over here. There was a gap right here. It filled it with a wick. So, and then just kept going down. And it had a little gap right here. No, that's not a gap. It looks like it. Well, if you don't count for the wick, it's a gap, but you know what I mean. That's kind of what I was thinking. But yeah, so we could come back down to here next week, the bottom, to fill this gap with a wick like one day, and then we're gonna end up filling that top gap again. You know what I mean? So I think this next week we're gonna probably be going down, coming Monday, Wednesday, or whatever, and we could fill the, you know, the following end of like beginning of July, start going back up again. So we shall see. This is on the daily. So if you went to the weekly, it looks a little better, but it doesn't show you that gap. But you still have a gap right here. So I still think we're coming down, and this is SharpLink. So if you put the ETH price over the top of it, you can see why ETH is going down. People are taking the profits off of SharpLink stock. And of course, that means, you know, they have to sell ETH in order to make do with their books on the SharpLink site. So there is that noise. on SharpLink. And now SharpLink, I think this, nope, I got to do that. There we go. Now let's grab this, put it up here. Let's grab this, put it down here, and shorten that. And the correlation between MicroStrategy. All right, guys. Let's hide the ETH. Now, let's go back to the daily. It shows it better. So MicroStrategy is these blue and yellow candles. All right. It's coincidence that MicroStrategy's Bitcoin topped out. MicroStrategy started selling off before the SharpLink went up. Okay. Because you can definitely see the correlation here. Like all of a sudden, SharpLink has a little pump right in here. I think, this is beforehand, but let's grab this chart, move it up a little bit more so you can see what I'm saying. So right here, it's like the front run that sells off because the announcement's not made or nothing like that. And then look, the day of, MicroStrategy gaps down while SharpLink gaps the hell up. So there's a little correlation there, I think. And right when this starts selling down, MicroStrategy starts going back up. So there's kind of a decorrelation kind of bet going on here, but now they're both kind of going down. You know what I mean? On the daily. So I'm just paying attention to that because the more MicroStrategy goes down and flat, that's how Bitcoin's going to go. So I could probably start looking at these and tell where the crypto prices are going. But when you look at ETH, just plain ETH without MicroStrategy and SBET, ETH is going sideways while SBET's going down. So it seems like there's some strength in the market. Like people are wanting to buy Ethereum and front run the SBET on the crypto side when they should be buying SBET and front run the price move. You know what I mean? But there's a way they can, they could finagle the it's not crypto centric in order to be buying SBET on the stock traditional market side if you wanted to get exposure to ETH. But it's more of an institutional play that play institutional games, things like that. But we do have these two gaps we got to fill. All right. And I think that didn't work out for me. Short term, and this one's probably next. You know what I mean? I feel it. Let's see if Richard Hart can be right. Scenario happens right here. Let's go to the 1st of July. See if we fill it in the month of July, first 2 weeks of July, let's call it. And then let's see if we fill it real short term right there. So we shall see. You know what I mean? I'm getting a little more accurate here. I'm studying it a little bit more. I'm starting to wanting to look at the stocks of these companies that are wanting to raise money for ETH and Bitcoin and stuff like that, just to bring these zombie companies back to life. Like really, a lot of these companies that are doing this are zombie, like old companies that need brought back to life to put their shareholders back into profit. So it makes me think that they're doing all this raising of money because crypto is so like, ooh, technology, this and that, and I can't get exposure with my institutional money. So I'm going to buy these stocks to get exposure to it because MicroStrategy can cash out and buy Bitcoin, and SBET can do the same thing, and all these other companies could start doing the same thing, and then all their initial investors from their company side could cash out and make some profits and exit while the new demographic comes in, like the younger people and the crypto people. You know what I mean? Kind of ties the traditional and the crypto markets kind of get together because like the younger money is in crypto more than traditional side. So it's kind of like ebb and flow. So that's all I really wanted to do with that. I don't know what company is going to be coming out with a Solana ETF, ADA ETF, or whatever, but I'm like, this gap down hella hard, but Ethereum front ran it. Like, Ethereum front ran price. So it's like, if you're playing the charts on both of these, it's kind of weird just to watch them. So I'm expecting it at least to come down here and fill it, and then come back up, fill it, and probably, you know what I mean? This on the SBET chart, I think it could. Where's my pen? I'm horrible at this. So it could like come down, fill it, come up, fill it. These could be wicks even, guys, on the daily. So like, and then come down and, you know, kind of hopefully pick momentum up, and, you know, September, October, it'll start be going up. Or it could just come up, fill it, and just blast right through it. You know what I mean? But it's got a lot of history on SBET. So other than that, let's move to Pulsechain. Let's leave this, and hopefully everything else looks good. If you can see by the chart, it looks ugly, like somebody's laying on the floor, just bleeding out. You know what I mean? These candles just look like a limp, a little like, let's just go lower. You know what I mean? So when is it going to stop, we may ask. Pulse Jitsu Fast Abdul is here for the tech. What's up, Fast? Who knows? We had a pump today. We were in the green, and then all of a sudden, somebody decided to sell. Some whale or whatever is selling. I can get into that, but really don't need to focus on that. If you are here for the long term and you believe, and you just want to get your dolphin, your squid, your turtle position, your shrimp position, your little $20 bet on Pulsechain, whatever, and you want to get that and position and just leave it LP or whatever, just do it. Don't worry about prices. You know what I mean? Because Bitcoin's at 101. Markets are getting a little scared, and I think a lot of this war stuff going on is trying to push prices down, to be honest. So when you go to Pulsechain, you gotta think, man. If Trump and Iran, Israel, all that stuff just like falls by the wayside, they make a deal, they're not going nuclear, all of a sudden the markets turn around, pick back up. And by the way, before I get into Pulsechain, let's go back to Trading View. Point this out. Come on, work for me. All right, whatever. I think let's go down here. S&P and the NASDAQ are all up here. Like, they're all ready to want to go. So the S&P could come back down here and still fill that area. Because look at that. Still hasn't done it. So all this war talk could be really war talk. Forgot to mention that. So just pay attention. We could be seeing more downside on that front. And the NAS, I forget that. There it is right here. And the NASDAQ looks the same way. Big old gap right here. You know what I mean? So I really just look at the S&P, because if the S&P is making money, the NASDAQ is. So, yeah. Back to Pulsechain, guys. So, yeah. I think that's a lot of the reason why prices are going down on Pulsechain. Gold Pulse site's not working. People are getting scared. People can't calculate their profits and losses because they got to jump between 4 different freaking friend cabal sites and Pulse portfolio that doesn't show my shitcoin properly site, and friend cabal doesn't really show. You know, it's confusing. Fatty.io. It's like so hard to see anything on Pulsechain right now, and I am only looking at my Rabby because I haven't switched yet. I got wallets. I just don't want to migrate. I'm still on Rabby using custom wallet. You know what I mean? I know they did us wrong, but it works just like MetaMask, and it's all right, man. I bet he is wearing a stylish hat. Yeah, so who knows? I watched a little bit of Gerardo's stream earlier before I did this, and he says a head and shoulders could be forming right here, and another. Um, let's go right here and yeah. So he's saying a head and shoulders pattern could be forming right here, and we could be having a right shoulder, and if that plays out, um, we could be looking for the lows at where we were at the all-time lows, if not a little bit below it. So that is the bearish case. On Gerardo's side, I kind of lean that way too. It could go that way, but since we've made a lower low here locally, we'll see. I kind of see this parallel channel playing out a little bit better. So I put a line right here. It's just the straight line. It's still not perfectly length, but you get the point. I always go off the retest. You can go out the breakout, but I go off the retest because it gives you a little bit more of a bullish sight, and I want to stay bullish. So if we, and what's really amazing, I think that I haven't done TA for like 2 weeks on this stream, and we retested off the box right off the top. So if we come down and fill that line, we could come back down to 4 zeros and a 2, 4 zeros and a 1 7. You know what I mean? A 1 8. So if we do that, like, because, shark do, I don't know. That is just going off the parallel channel. So, and Hart's Law is playing out on everything right now. I mean, volume's low. I mean, the most volume is probably on Pulsechain right now because they're selling. And I think a lot of the buyers have stepped back just to wait, to be honest. That's why there's lower volume. They're just like, oh, I'll just stack stable coins and keep letting the price go down. Screw you guys. You want to keep selling? I'll just wait. Let's see how far down this thing can go. And that is a very bullish stat, just to keep stacking your stable coins, wait for this war thing to go on, and just, you know what I mean? Wait until the clouds clear a little bit. Okay, I'll throw some in here. I'll throw some in here. Or if the chart, like red candles in the next 2 hours way down here, I'll chuck a little bit in there. You know what I mean? Just keeping your stable coins going up. And why would anybody not want to wait in that scenario? So yeah, that would be more bullish to me if the buyers step back and let the bears outsell themselves and just give us better prices. But then again, people were like, profits and loss, I'm so much at a loss. And then you get Jim Rat crying and making so much noise. And like, I'm talking about fundamentals when there's no TA here really yet. But, there's a lot of drama, and people don't want to invest when they're hearing spaces like that. Like, I listen to some of the spaces and I'm just like, I'm laughing because that's me, but like, he contradicts himself. He does this, he does that. He's not like level-headed about it. He is outrage marketing, and he's trying to get all the attention necessary. And a lot of the younger crowd will get caught up in that stuff and not see through the BS. So to be honest, I'm glad there's a little capitulation, but I see the buy-in coming in because the wicks on the upside right here are telling me the buy-in's coming in. But in the same, is it really buying or is it liquidity bonding to ETH? You know what I mean? Like, or do I have to put a W in front of it? Probably. Just giving me the PDI scenario stuff. And that's another thing. I was like wanting to swap like and on 9-inch for something, and it was going through the PDI pair. So why the hell is there so much PDI paired with Pulse or Die over on 9-inch? Like, I thought we were trying to get rid of this stuff, but it'll always be there, I guess, because you can't get everybody to remove their LP. But you know, P died to $1. Screw it. Pulse and East. I think you got to go on Trading View. So yeah, we're selling down right now. Like holy cow, where are we gonna stop? That's the 1 hour chart. The past hour, we're just gonna keep going down, guys. I would not, if you have any coins right now and you are able, bullish, a YEP token, like, because YEP token is for the bulls. We're all going to make it, right? You know, we're all being sarcastic. We're all being agreeable. We're all like saying nope and yep and trying to decide in these markets when to DCA or whatever. I don't know. I say like, just wait until you start hitting these lows again. But I really haven't. Like, you think these are capitulation wicks? Not really, man. I think they're taking it slow for a reason. Like this big well or something like, yeah, let's just sell every hour or whatever. I don't want to hurt the chart too much. Just click the hell out. I know it kills people, it hurts the price, but like I will just keep stacking my stable coins on the side, just like Cario says, and just wait, man. And wait for that capitulation wick. Like, yeah, just go. Just make my portfolio go to zero at this point. Of course, I'm joking, guys. I'm being sarcastic, but I thought P died. Yeah. No, dude. Like, if you want to buy $150 worth of YEP token and you go to 9-inch right now with DAI, it'll route it through a P dipole. Like, it makes no sense. Like, why would you want it to? So, yeah. So, who knows? And you might not have enough yet, especially now that we have the agreeable index. You can get Scuba Steve, Vets, Nope, 2Fucks, you know, earn some yield in there. They're pretty over 100 APR right now. And if 2Fucks prices go up, that APR goes up. So, it's even better. That could be coming. You got the DAT pool, the Homie Farms. I think that's over 200% right now. You have the Island Yep Farm, which is at like 30%, but you get free island. You know, that's going to be running out probably here in another 8-9 months. If you wanted more island, get more island there. And then we have the Emit Farms, which is running like 300% something right now. And I've kind of intentionally left a little bit of the LP in the Emit platform a little low paired with YEP, so you guys can get in on that too. Because I don't want to like dilute the whole pool. Like, why? I could take my single-sided stake to MIP and go pair it with YEP and make a bigger pool and just suck all the yield out of there for everybody not to get a slice. But, you know, I'm being friendly here. I want people to get used to these smaller, like, and on these platforms, just use smaller amounts. Nothing big, you know what I mean? Put it on a different treasure if you have to and mitigate your risk, things like that. But, you know, we have utility on this chain. We have indexes built, like the Solid Index. We have that coming too. The Solid X is coming. I mean, we got a lot of bullish things coming, and X Games probably the next best narrative on Pulsechain right now. And then the website's not working, and then you look at the price of Solid X right now, below $8. Like, hello. Yeah, I know there's some stuff coming for Solid X, but like, it is the thickest paired token on Pulsechain. PTGC and UFO are next. Like, and at the moment right now, I think YEP and Solid X has like close to 17. Well, it was like 20K liquidity. Like a quarter of the YEP supply right now is paired to that thing waiting. So just saying. So yeah, hopefully we don't go down that far. If we invert this thing, or let's try a little secret trick, maybe it'll make it look better. It probably won't, but yeah. definitely did not make that look better. So, on another note, our momentum, we're below it. DCA time. Good time to DCA, bros. Like, when we're below this momentum line right here, it's a good time. Very good time. Every DCA right here. Little secret. Like, good DCA time, because look at that wick. We didn't know at that time, we didn't know where price would have gone. Could have kept going up. You know what I mean? So below momentum, just that's that wick too. Huge ass wick. So maybe not every time, but you know, you get the point. Huge wicks to the downside, throw a DCA in, even if it's at higher prices. Say screw it. You're never gonna get the perfect bottom anyways. So there's that. Let's close that. Let's look at our RSI. Where are we at? I think we're getting way oversold. We're below 30. So, and I think by the time we get to 24 or 25, we should be going back up. But yeah, we're way oversold. Let's look on the weekly, or let's just go to the 3-day. Like, we still could go to the 30 on the 3-day still. So yeah, if we went down and hit our target right here, we could have that 3-day chart right here at 30. And that would definitely put us in an uptrend. But if you look on this RSI, what I just noticed is that nice little head and shoulders right there. So let's take this little line and do this. Look, it doesn't play out on that, huh? Oh yeah, you got to go to the breakout on that. Kind of puts us down there. So who knows? We'll see. Doesn't really work on like RSI really well, so I've never really done that all that much. My nose itches. But yeah, we're getting down there. That's the 3-day. Let's look on the weekly. Below the line, let's see. Like, last time, the bottom of the last bottom, we were down at 33. So, I mean, the PDI stuff put us down at 31, 32 on the RSI, right? So if you look in there, like 31.68, like that's some, we could tap the top of this right here and just keep going. Like, just go up, build strength. You know what I mean? So right here, we have a line on the RSI on the weekly going down. But right here, what do we have? Price looks like it's still going up. Let's just delete that one. Yeah, price still looks like it's still going up. Somebody watching my stream and just deciding to sell or what? But it is the weekly, but yeah. Price is still in an uptrend. Price is in a downtrend on RSI. So who knows? We could have a divergence soon. That's the weekly, though. That's zooming way too far out, because all we care about is the 5-minute chart, right? It's all we care about. Just kidding. Just kidding. Let's go to Pulsechain. Let's see how it's holding up. Looks like this wick's a hell of a lot longer than the Pulsechain one. So I wonder what's pulling that down, huh? Yeah. That was the daily. So it looked like a hammer candle on the Pulsechain. If we go to Pulsechain, it looks like a bigger hammer. So yeah, somebody sold a lot of Pulsechain. So yeah, LP bonding right now. Let's just get them out. Just like, if everybody sold, then all of a sudden the sell pressure started dissipating. It would just start drifting up with minimal buyers, guys. And all the LP pools would do their chaos magic anyways. But yeah, Yeah. Pulsechain looks all right. But we have made this lower low right here. So yeah, same scenario. Head and shoulders could play out, guys. The one shoulder, the two. I I think the head and shoulders just aren't fail, but because it looks too nonchalant. But yeah, like well, we stay like above that little wiki area, we'll be all right. Come down. It could even come back down to a 4017. Cause parity with Pulsechain. Once again, you got to think of that. Although this one's moving down, I need to delete that. But our parity's up here. Could give you one last chance or get even close to it. No, that's above parity. My bad. It's right here. So this is a higher high on the ratio. So if you go back to the USD chart on PulseX, I mean, to be honest, for me, since we have pump tires, Pulsechain's deflationary, things like that, this chart should go down lower because I know there's more updates that could come. But Pulsechain should go lower and help the Pulsechain go forward. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I'm Pulsechain biased probably. I don't own enough Pulsex to really, care about it all that much, but I do have a little bit. Little bit. Nothing that can move a chart. Just kidding. But yeah, hopefully we come down and we start producing something or some buying action comes in because that's just collapsing, man. Oh yeah, this is what I was doing. The head and shoulders line. Keep distracting myself, guys. So if we do this little head and shoulders off the neckline, let's be a little conservative. Let's go to that. Here we go. Like, and the breakout, you really think it's going to go there? That wouldn't happen. I think my logs clicked off. Like, what the hell? Why is it in the negatives? 5 zeros? You lose. No. No way in hell that's happening to me. So, yeah, no head and shoulder. I don't think it would play out like Gerardo kind of says. Head and shoulders pattern, yeah, it could, but I don't know, man. It would put us down there, boys and girls. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? But yeah, parallel channel right here, right near the second W. Like we don't want to cross this area. Otherwise, we're just gonna just scare people. More infighting, more this and that, more whales just get fed up with everything. Who knows? But there is a stronger side, a more bullish side that was trying to get across the more mature side of like Jim Rent, chill out, calm down. We know your feelings. We've been here, and he does not seem like he's updated on most Pulsechain. He should look at Emmett. He should look at the DAT farms. He should look at Ink Printer. He should look at two fucks. Although it takes 20,000 hours just to load sometimes. Anyways, enough of my ranting. Let's go to Hex. I know I might having enough agreeable entertainment today. We shall see. Hex just going right back down there, It's hitting this. Not very much resistance right there to break through. But we might get down there again. Who knows? But I wouldn't want to get below these wicks right here. Otherwise, it's just going to make a new lower low or get pretty dang close to it. And to be honest, that parallel channel right here, this is the old one. Let's we could widen it, but let's just be conservative. We hit our target here, so let's just delete these old things. That was the step down. Yeah. Let's do this live because I haven't really messed with these lines all too much on Hex, at least. We bounced off the top of my line right there, or below the DCA line right there. So being conservative, are we really going to go down that far? I don't think so. I think we're going to go half this channel. At least half this channel. Like, so we're like almost there, guys. You know what I mean? That's the bigger channel. Like, we bounced off the bottom of this channel pretty hard with ETH moving up because that was all ETH going up. And then ever since ETH's been moving sideways, people have just been selling their Pulsechain. When Pulsechain goes 40%, when ETH goes 25%, which one's going to move harder? Which one's going to make you more money? Who knows? Maybe I'm just bullish biased, but yeah, short-term bearish. We'll see. But it does remind me that if you just look at the chart from here, it could be a Zen chart and just go another 99%. And if you think that, just click the hell out. I'm like, oh, boys and girls, it's getting bullish around here. I mean, I've literally been riding the ups and downs on Hex, Pulsechain, and Pulsechain since the beginning. Like, yeah, I've sold a little bit here, a little bit there, but you know, not much. Especially my Hex that's staked. I've just been riding the ups and the downs, and I think my next stake is like 29, like 2029. So like, sorry about that. I'm small. There we go. My internet's running a little slow today, apparently. Ink is holding above that lineage, but it's looking stronger than the other ones. Look at that. That's looking pretty dang good. See, this is what the charts look like for Pulse and Pulsets. Like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. It's holding up pretty nice. I like that. Very much so. But it still looks like it's going to come down a little bit more, maybe. Or it's building that, actually, oh, maybe not. Let's do this. Let's go. Big nut sack and a V-shaped recovery. Who knows? Go back to $2. I don't know. Move sideways a little bit more. People really need to understand if they have their ink yield and the inflation went all the way down, like pretty much 0.5% inflation for all the farms combined a year. Well, it's more than that, but you get my point. Like, it's pretty scarce, man. And if buy pressure and the marketing like Richard Hart and Rackham and everybody want to do, demand could come in real quick. So you just blow everything out the water. So yeah, that's ink. It's holding up pretty good. I think it's just being drugged down by liquidity bonding. Like, there's less than $1 million worth of volume. And if you are earning your ink, no matter how small amount of ink it is, just take it over to the ink printer, put it in there, take your loan, and exit that way. Minimal sell pressure that way, because at least they'll go to the hands that want it. You know, when you're redeemed against or liquidated against. But who knows, man? Shout out to Mr. Pulsechain on that one. Most token. Let's look at most token. Let's look at some TA on tokens that I haven't looked at in a while. This is my TA from a long time ago. This is not my squiggly line drawing. That is the 200 daily going down. They look like almost these charts going down, but it finally hit my box area, guys. Finally. I think I looked at it way back here. So yeah, that's most. Finally, a good DCA point if you want some most token. Look at Nope token. It's just wow. At 240 market cap. Like everybody's just clicking out, leaving finally. Probably much needed after all those gains they had. You know, I sold a little, but I didn't sell any of my note up through here. Sold it down here for you guys. Let you guys take all the gains. No, I really did not. I just put it all on liquidity and just collected coins. I didn't even like sell before the conference or nothing. Like, guys, I'm a diamond hand. Put it in LP. You know, it just keeps going down lower and lower. So I guess they're not bullish on having permission. But 97%. So it can still go down a couple more, you know. See if it goes past the first candle. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I hear my well pump running. Yeah, I'm on a well, guys. And today I got a little creatine in the water bottle. It's good for the memory. I don't use it too much to work out, but yeah, put some in a water bottle every now and then. Yeah, it's good for the memory, apparently, if you drink a little creatine each week. The monohydrate kind of. Anyways, look at Solid X, guys. Everybody wants to look at Solid X. Below $8. Look at that thing. Whew. Hold up pretty good. Looks like I have a shoulder, a wannabe shoulder, and just go further. It seems like head and shoulder after head and shoulder after head and shoulder after head and shoulder. Scare you out, scare you out, scare you out, scare you out, scare you out. It's just a little weird. It makes the game seem so rigged when websites aren't working or this and that or yeah. Eggs are good for memory too. There's omega-3s and fish oils. Yeah. So X game is going to be coming out. Solid X staking is going to be coming out. Which gets you, you know, like a percentage of casino ownership because you want to be the house, right? But if we click on this, it's not working, man. So let's just sell and go home. Nothing can be updated. All hope is lost. Just give me your coin. Of course, I'm being sarcastic, guys, because this is one of the most thickest liquidities tokens on the chain with PulseX. And it definitely moves along with PulseX quite quickly, I noticed. So let's look at YEP token, my most agreeable token. Look at all these schizophrenic lines, but we are bouncing off the bottom of that line. We did. Look at that. Off the bottom. Weird. Last stream, I think I said it could come down to here, and it certainly did. But mainly all liquidity bond. So, yeah. Yep, I think can bounce off of here. Otherwise, and this is what makes me Hold on, one thing at a time. Otherwise, it bounces off of here. Otherwise, we're going lower to this line, I think. But that's what makes me think that we're not going much lower on Pulsechain. Is because of this. It doesn't really make a head and shoulders like the rest of the charts. Maybe we're stronger than it because we have been going up on the ratio. Know what I mean? We haven't touched the upper wedge yet, but yeah, been slowly grinding on that between the ratio and solid X. I think has been doing that same thing. Yeah, it's been grinding up on the ratio, and I show you guys where the V3 LP is on the solid X, right? So I think this block is like actually really thin now. So yeah, people are leaving. Scuba Steve down to 28K market cap. It's a good token, man. Got some staking. It's oversold. Let's look at $2. Below, we tapped off the bottom of the parallel channel. Bullish stuff coming for that. Gotta come. Like, you gotta shake out the weak hands, man. But if you shake too hard, none of the strong hands come in. But yeah, that's the yield bearing token. Go get your voting power on $2. I think pretty much I've stopped DCAing from my yield from this into other tokens. I'm just like collecting it, and then I'm staking it for voting power. Collecting it. And yeah, I do get bucks through my yield too, and I just swap that in $2. And I think $2 has like what? Oh yeah, you got to be connected. Like 94.35% ownership over fucks. Holy hell! That means you want $2 over fucks. So yeah, in that sense. But I think fucks is worth more than $2 now because $2 is at 191K market cap. I remember when it seems way too undervalued to me. Let's look at X Game. In the box finally. Good DCA time. Probably good launch time. Who knows? Another couple weeks. Let's look at Firewell. Almost to the box. But it's getting wrecked. People aren't too bullish on the Firewell, apparently. Just seeing it how it is. We are on our blue line of that token. So I think we could probably go a little lower. And that is a yield token. So that's probably why I got wrecked a little bit more than everything else. But it bounced off our box and went down. Look at King 2. Probably shows how wrecked everything else should be. But yeah, it looks like it's coming down, smoothing out, but getting drugged down by liquidity, bonding. Let's look at Pink Mist Whale. It's coming down on that good line right here, support. But if you go to the wrap pulse ratio, still got something to move. If wrap pulse goes strong against this, it can just come down here. But there is, who knows, man. But that's a good support level. But it does look like it's building a floor right here. It could stay here. I'm still waiting for the best deal of my life on the Pink Mist Well for dark NFTs, but I think I have enough, but maybe you just don't have enough dark. Dark token at $6. Ouch. There's like only not even 100 tokens in this pool. But it's finally down in our box. Look at this. I thought it would never come back down here. Like at least stay above this blue line. this lower one. That was when it, but yeah, we're finally in this purple box. So I think we probably hit the bottom of it. And if we hit the bottom of it, it's at $4.4. So you might get to buy it in a lifetime. Who knows? Gelato token. Building that. Look, this one looked like a floored out in that box. So I think we're getting to the moment on Pulsechain to where things are just going to be going sideways and whatever. TFC token. Still up to the moon. Still up to the moon. Still hasn't even hit my purple box. It will not come down, but finally start to look like it's correcting a little bit. Yeah. The fifth zero coming. You know? Emit. This one just today broke through the bullish retest line. We're sitting right on the. I don't like what it's trying to build. It has like more of a head here and a shoulder, so I don't know. I wouldn't want to see it go below like $1.50 psychological level. So we'll see. I'm not selling any of mine. I actually bought like $70 more or something. Yeah. Use some of my pulse to buy some more of this. Here's my line. $1.49, which is $1.50 right there. Surf token. Beware, it has 50% tax if you sell this thing. So yeah, gotta wait for your doubles, bro. But I like these guys. They got a crypto paradise thing you can go to. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna look at on X. See? Things just pop up, man. Like profile. If you guys haven't seen the hell. Oh yeah. You guys haven't seen it. Where is it at? God, I'm tweeting a lot. Here it is. You guys haven't seen me stream with the Crypto Paradise guys. I did that, I think, last Thursday? Go watch that. Click like, subscribe to my YouTube. Come back over on X if you want. Who cares about X anymore? Apparently these guys do. Believe in Yourself does. I like YouTube too because the chat's really cool. So yeah, there's that. And that's kind of what they're going through. They got a DAO going on there, nice surf token. Yeah, that's seems like it could be coming back down. Who knows? A lot of liquidity bonding, maybe people clipping out. I have no idea. I haven't researched it too much, but I'm watching. Island token. Seems like it's holding up fairly good. Fairly good. Look at this. Yeah, holding up good. Hopefully we touch the top of this right here and just start going back up. But I looked at this earlier, paired against Pulse, and look at this. If you would have been earning Island and holding Island, even though USD is going sideways, you could be making more Pulse, guys. King's ways. Pulsechain is cooked, huh? Okay. To each their own. Yeah, we shall see, huh? I don't think it is yet. Is East cooked? Really? Looks like it's going up because of companies to me. That's probably why it's not cooked. Pulsechain ain't cooked, man. Just make more pulse, whatever. The believers be left, bye. I mean, we will see more downside, but I don't know how RH will make more millionaires. I'll tell you exactly how he'll make more millionaires. We go down even more. Let's go to the chart. Pulsechain. Let's say we go down. Let's make a parallel channel, right? Just like Toby-Wan Kenobi does. Let's go right here. And then we go to a trend line and we do this. Grab the right one. Let's just say we go to 0. It's cooked, right? Bro, not going to happen. That's huge timeline. So let's take half that parallel channel. And just, you really think we're going to break the all-time high and go this low? 505? 505 happens. We got such low liquidity, and then RH pumps the system. It could go 10,000x, and then nobody has liquidity to exit. I have no clue, but it's not going down that low. So if we just hit the bottom of this parallel channel, because this bigger parallel channel, it seems like it hit the midline. And now it's coming for this, right? If it goes down there and there's only $1 million worth of liquidity on the cores, that's 4.5, so it'd go to probably 2.5. Let's measure this. Another 30%. So like it would be 2.5, 3, And then we go 35. Let's just call it 2.5. And then you have $50 million you want to put in the system. It's pretty low liquidity to be pushing that much money into things. So the price could fly very high. And if you go to Pampy.app, you can try the price simulator and look at that. So you can play with that. Like, if we went down even further, okay, it's live liquidity, custom split. Let's just do an even split. Let's go 50. Let's just go hex in that and then calculate. That's just $50 million even split. So yeah, 50 million on hex, 98 million on Pulsechain. So let's go to 25. Hold on 1 second. So let's go 25 and 25. This is just on hex and Pulsechain. Calculate it. How in the hell would Pulsechain go up 72x? So 00173. 00173. This is just $50 million of what's in the SAC address. Not counting what he has on the side or other addresses or what Godwell has or what Firewell has or what Rackham has. Nobody ever says Rackham's holding stable coins just waiting for the day that Richard Hart comes back just to skyrocket the price and have a gold God candle. You know what I mean? Like, what if he's just doing that? Oh no, he's selling, he's getting divorced, he's just selling out and just buying a whole bunch of other stuff because he doesn't believe in Pulsechain. What if he's just holding all that and making a marketing fund? Who knows? Like, who knows? But if you do that and you go to what price again? 00173. 00173. Let's just move this line. There. That would give us from here a 70x. And you're saying that wouldn't make new millionaires? I mean, you could have $1,000 and get 70K out of it just off this one ticker. But would you sell the top? No. So yeah, it can go 10,000. It could go. Yeah. So we can definitely go. Pampy, this is without sell pressure. And like I said, why would the buyers want to come in when people are still selling? Just push the price down. Even if it went all the way down here, and then you go all the way up to that target price, that's 120,000%, bro. 120x. That's off Pampy price. That's with only putting money in Hex and PulseX. Now, if he did that with only that amount of money, total injection, $50 million, zero sell. $50 million he injects. He takes the rest of the SAC money and adds it to liquidity with OA stuff, allowing people to exit and take profits, or even collect yield out of the liquidity positions and take profits for the rest of the damn life. Could happen. Everything seems like a fairy tale, bro. Everything. Even a 10x on Sonic. Just, if you want to exit your bags, leave it all but 10%. Even if you have $100 in the system, just leave it there, just in case you're wrong. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody's going to make it. Not every well's going to make it. Like, there's a well selling right now. You know what I mean? So, on that note, like, don't get frustrated and things like that. And yeah, we're going to make it, man. But that's my TA. There's our goal price for right now. And it can even go to a cent. It can go higher than that. Yeah. It's going to take longer than you expect. Look at the Tron price. It took them 7 years. 7 years to get where they're at. Just saying. On that note, thanks for the stream. Take a break, man. Just go have fun. Touch grass. Like, even if you want to sell into stables and just wait and hold $100 worth of Pulsechain, just so you know you can't miss out. There you go, bro. But we could just 10x to all-time highs again. Who knows? But all of the later ones have went up. And yes, if you're over leveraged, scale out a little bit or risk off. and you'll feel less pressure. When next stream? Probably next Wednesday. We'll see. I usually don't do, I do TA after I talk about the news and stuff or whatever, but I've been trying to get more into like the companies buying, things like that. So yeah, on that note, peace out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming, Kingsway. I like the actual chat work here. I like that you actually came with me on that. And if you don't know of Pompey.app, go there and look at it. I think there's a way you can inject sell pressure too. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. You can even change liquidity and things like that. Who knows? On that note, guys, like, peace out, be happy, and go out and touch grass, and just wait, man. Just wait. And don't forget about that Solid X. Okay.
Are you looking for a solid investment in the Pulsechain ecosystem? Dive into Solid X, the token making waves with its incredible growth potential and dedicated founder. Solid X is the brainchild of Firewhale, a prominent figure and major believer in Richard Hart's vision for Pulsechain. His commitment is evident, holding a substantial portion of Solid X tokens himself. Designed as a store of value, Solid X offers a fixed supply of 21 million tokens, mirroring the scarcity and stability of Bitcoin. Experience the power of swimming with whales. Solid X has already demonstrated explosive growth, attracting significant liquidity and capturing attention across the crypto world. The future is bright. Firewhale is developing a revolutionary cross-chain casino game with a portion of its revenue dedicated to buying and burning Solid X and INC tokens, further increasing their scarcity and value. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Visit solidx.win today and join the Solid X community.